allow the two children to attend the budget every year.
It's okay. Off your mind. It's okay. Off your mind.
Like me.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk through to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go sama us, call am hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don't come. Him go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we loud, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun diary politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. This one not the off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Can in the touchlight every corner, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. Still them talk say make we off mind. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you loud, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun diary politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. This one not they off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Maiyegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Maiyegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Poor man picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you loud, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make you shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one.
Maiyegun ti dé o, ọ̀rẹ́ ará ìlú.
Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one.
Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube.
Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one.
Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Maiyegun já wa sí.
Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one.
Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o.
Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one.
Bó bá ṣe eré, àní Maiyegun máa wí.
Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one.
Ó sì tún ṣe eré, wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o.
Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one.
Maiyegun diary, diary politico.
Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one.
Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Maiyegun.
Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one.
Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o.
Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one.
Àní Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Lórí Facebook.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Lórí YouTube.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́
Maiyegun máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn àjò
Maiyegun ti dé.
bíjó ìgbádìyẹ
Maiyegun máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn àjò
Maiyegun ti dé.
pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o
Maiyegun máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn àjò
Maiyegun ti dé.
kí gómìnà kówó jẹ
Maiyegun máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn àjò.
Maiyegun.
Hello there. So good morning to you. Good afternoon to you. And good evening to you from wherever you are joining us. It is Maiyegun live. So thank you very much for joining me. Please, as you are tuning in, remember to read beyond just the caption of the broadcast. Read the description as well. Then like it, share it. Invite your friends, invite your not so friendly friends, and tell them that Maiyegun today, Maiyegun is live. Something like that. And thanks to all of you who have done that already. So tonight is going to be, my last night streaming from this studio. However, I intend to make it interesting and remarkable because the next time you are going to see me, it is going to be from a very different studio. I'll tell you more about that later. So, political gists ongoing as it is hot. Yesterday, PDP, just like the APC, they came together in what they call their national executive meeting or executive council meeting, NECSA of their party, in their effort to try to figure out how they can have a comeback despite the known internal sabotage going on within them. So their resolution yesterday, partly, allegedly too, was that they have concluded to zone their 2027 ticket to southern Nigeria. However, somebody like Wike, it's been over 24 hours now, is yet to turn on his own camera, call his friends, and react. Is yet to. So, zoning their 2027 ticket to southern part of Nigeria was one of the conditions. In fact, the main condition. The main condition given by Wike few weeks ago when he called a press conference. I think that was in June last month, and he gave PDP the directive that if they really want to be taken serious, they should zone their 2027 ticket to the south. Now they've done that. Probably will still need to be ratified by another committee or review in which they intend to meet again in Ibadan. So in Ibadan is where they plan to choose their new leadership, obviously to try to do away with, the compromised and controversial ones who are all linked to Wike. But is that going to take them out of the woods? I don't think so. But anyway, Jerry Gana, you remember him? Is one of the founding fathers of the PDP. So he was on a program on AIT today, where for the second time, or being the second person that will go on their TV to tell everybody that they are actually working to get Peter Obi back. So Jerry Gana was asked, is it true that you guys have been approaching Peter Obi to get him back to PDP? And he said, yes, not just him, many others. He also went on to say that he would speak to, Atiku to make Atiku reason, be the father and support Obi. So in his own words, right, from their camp, we will start from there tonight. Jerry Gana.
There are reports that PDP is reaching out to Peter Obi.
Yes, why not? He was our member. In fact, if I were Vice President Atiku, I would have, in 2023, I would have said, "Now, Peter, you were my Vice President at that time. Now, I'll support you." He would have been a statesman. You know, Peter is good. There are other good people.
What level of contact have you had with Peter Obi, for instance?
Not for now, because I'm the leader of the delegation. But I've met people. I've met him, and I've met people, you know, that are going to be the people he will refer to. And I've sat with them for hours, and we're moving step by step.
What kind
we're
of
moving step by step, but that's not the only person.
Them, yeah.
That's not the only person. We're also going to other places, but I don't want to announce before we really get there. They gave me an assignment. When I met them initially, they said, "Look, get your platform." That's why you started. The platform was too noisy. Get it right. And I'm moving. Yesterday we had a fantastic neck, and I was so happy because the next thing now is the convention at Ibadan in November. We'll do it very, very well. So I have a very solid platform. I can now go back to these people and say, "Look, we're set. The platform you are complaining about is now set, is now organized, is now proper, is now ready, is ready to move." And I know many of them will respond. So we're not just looking at one person. We're looking 1, 2, 3, you know, even more. You know, the South is full of talents.
Okay, now let's quickly take a
The
look.
South is full of talents.
Yes.
Agree with me?
Yes, of course, there are talents
Yes.
everywhere. Human resources
So-
on global level, Nigeria can raise
Absolutely.
its head.
So what
high
I'm
with
saying is the people who are
pride.
saying they will not, no, they should give us a chance because we provide a credible alternative to what is up. I'm not saying the president, you know, the current APC, no, he's doing his best, but if you compare with our record, it's far, oh my God. The exchange, just check the exchange rate. Exchange rate during Jonathan, what was it? It's now 760% higher. And that one has changed the whole reality in Nigeria. Things are so expensive. People are not able to live. Things are so harsh. That's the law. You know, economy is the most powerful gauge. And believe you me, on that one, they will find it very difficult. It's a reality.
So there are reports.
So I believe majority of us watching this actually knows who Jerry Gana is, right? Right. So these were the men of yesterday. And somebody who was very, very, very prominent and powerful once upon a time. Right now, they're just like the old men of yesterday or yesteryears, the Obasanjo's time and, you know, beyond. So right now, there are now those who are going about to see if they could call back their old mates and see if they could talk to the new, you know, they're like the old takers, right? So they are doing their best to see if they could talk to the new takers. And everyone seems to be tilting towards Weto. If PDP wants, now that they want to go back to zoning, if they are serious about it, right? So why not just zone it to the southeast? But they said within their circle as well, right? They want, you know, the coalition want to be, the PDP wants to be. And right now, it seems that, you know, it is only Obi that can possibly decide where, I don't know, I'm just not sure, but like dragging him except the APC. Okay. But Fayose disagrees. To him, no matter what PDP does, 2027, in fact, he said PDP will come fourth. Fayose, as in Fayose himself, is considered as one of the saboteurs working within the PDP to continue to undermine and sabotage simply because they hold their allegiance, to Kolu. And he never hid that himself. He said, well, I've always been his person. That I mean, PDP doesn't mean that, you know, I have to align with everything they do. Kind of like, so you have Wike, who has vowed to what? To lead the Tifnubu's campaign, second time campaign in Rivers State and Abuja. So how is PDP going to do it? Or who are those who will ensure that whatever it is that they are putting together will remain a plan that will never become reality. So to say, Fayose, his own view after that neck meeting, it wasn't there. Wike wasn't there. There are many others who are like Wike's camp who were in there. So it is actually not really over. But listen to this.
It's in place to defend yourself.
Make us understand, because there are those who believe that you are suspect as one who doesn't have the interest of your party, especially because of some of your past comments and your leanings. It appears that some members of your party think that you've sold out and that you no longer have the interest of the party and that you are already aligning with the other side of the divide politically. Would you blame those who don't trust you that Fayose's mind is no longer in the PDP, and the kind of friendship and the kind of friendship that you have outside of your party indicates that you are working against the interest of your party?
Well, let us come out and be straightforward. Nigerians know where I belong at every time when it comes to issues about politics and our country. When I was a sitting governor, I did not hide my support and respect for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. I never did. I was upright. I stood my grounds. I visited him severally as a sitting governor. I recall when he had a knee surgery, I went there openly to say hello to him. He wasn't president at the time. President Muhammadu Buhari was president of Nigeria. And I recall very well, the president asked that I should come to APC, and I said no. In fact, when the PDP, when President Muhammadu Buhari, late President Muhammadu Buhari, seems to be playing games, I was one of the people who said to him, this APC is going to do that, may do this, may do that. And the next thing the president now did was to start dancing and started singing. And I want to recall the song now that he sang. I couldn't recall it. But I remember he told me the shortest distance between the north and the south is the APC. So I couldn't understand at the time, because he told me that after President Muhammadu Buhari's 4 years, anybody should be able to wait for another 4 years. So zoning to the south by PDP is good for them, because today President Bola Tinubu is the shortest distance for power to return to the north. So on whether I am to be trusted or not, I don't have to be trusted. That is the problem. You know the situation of our party today, and it's in my prayers that the PDP does not come forth in the coming elections. You know, when I came here, I said the party was already going into caucus. And if you recall very well, majority of people that defected after my coming here had been huge enough and has left the PDP in caucus. The situation in PDP, pretenders can pretend, but you know that the PDP had messed up. Managing the party has become an issue. Everybody in that party today reasonably is to your tent, O Israel. So I am not somebody who hides, and I will never hide. Number one, in the same PDP, former vice president had left, the vice presidential candidate had left, governors had left, senators had left. So even when you have a what is it called? A NEC or a convention. So to where? To what end? Is it for participation? Today I am telling you, the PDP will come forth in the general elections. The PDP will come forth. In most states, they are already compromised. They have eased out so many leaders. It's good for them. But let me remind you, Shehu, I was part of the G5. I wasn't the only one in G5 at the time. We have sitting governors. Governor Wike, Governor Makinde, Governor myself, others, we are part of the G5. So it's not whether I'm trying to find my feet. I was very clear. Then when your king's man wants to be president and he has capacity, so what should you do? You should fight him, you should throw him under the bus. I have been like this, not the 2027 election. Go back to Ekiti. Every one of us has a home state. We have our hometowns, home state. In Ekiti, the governor there is being supported by all the former governors, which is the first time in the history of this country. Governor Maiyegun General is on board. Governor Fayose is on board. Governor Adebayo is on board. Myself, I'm totally in place.
Nuisance lele. Nuisance lele.
Fayose. A few weeks back, the Nigeria court sort of like discharged and acquitted him of the corruption charges, that the corruption case that is being on for over 10 years. No case. And today, Fayose owes Tifnumbu a lot for that. He couldn't get that under Bokwari, so he's always been like in and out of court. Today, for all you listen to, right, in 2023, it's true. Fayose was one of the co-travelers of the G-string governors then. And the battle they were fighting was that Wike was betrayed by Hausa Fulani after spending hundreds of billions of River State money in funding PDP while Atiku and others were away. So that was their grouse. And it was this where Wike that led them to say, you know what, I got a deal with Tifnumbu, Kolu. All right, so we're just going to go with the APC. And the rest today, they say, is history. But listen to this. Fayose said, since the resignation of Atiku and others from PDP to go and join coalition, they have now left the party in carcass, meaning there's almost no one left. Because, look, they are senators, they are reps, they are state governors, everyone is jumping ship to go and be part of APC. So when they were there, there were problems. When they left, their party is in carcass. So PDP is done for. And he is very sure that they will come forth in 2027. He's confident about that. Then he went on to remind everybody that, wait, my kinsman, meaning a Yoruba man, is running. He has capacity. So you want me to now say, okay, I'm a PDP, and I heard that they have zoned it to the south. I heard it's meant to be a PDP like leader, unfortunately. So he said, I heard that they zoned their ticket to the south. Well, good for them. But honestly, Tifnumbu is the fastest way for northern Nigeria to return to power. And I think he's right. Abi, Shebi, Tifnumbu will do another 4 years of your cheque and carry you give, another, except if, I don't know, Atiku want to run, which in itself is considered as the real problem of all these oppositions, or the ruling party at the time, which is PDP. Then as they became opposition and on and on like that, Atiku's ambition. There's this guy's ambitions too, right? they all will show you that they probably opposes the people in power, their friends. And you will later realize that it is because they are no longer allowed to sit at the table to share from the largesse of national cake. And the moment they are closer to anyone there, right? Baba, you are on your own new. Fayose also added, PDP leader, or that of their governor in Ekiti. Or more. Ekiti State, the states that pride herself as, state with the highest household of educated people, in Nigeria, is led by clowns, guy men, and their co-travelers. The guy who is their governor in Ekiti. Well, the reason why all of them are possibly on board with him, as confessed to by Fayose's brother, Isaac, was because the guy steadily, conveniently, and comfortably is been paying. He has actually increased what he's paying them as pension. Fayose is collecting pension in Ekiti, which includes changing of his cars every 2 years. They will be giving him two cars. He's collecting, well, the same salary as the sitting governor. His medical bills is paid. And like he said, that is the first time or first of his kind in the whole Nigeria, right? This guy, who is the APC governor in Ekiti, right, ensure that regularly, steadily, all these benefits are paid, including Fayose's driver, cook, and all of them. So this benefit is being paid steadily. Whether teachers are not paid, doctors are not paid, roads are not fixed, schools are not fixed, doesn't really matter, right? As long as they have enough stomach infrastructure, something for the stomach, which is the, what do you call it? Which is the creation of that guy, Fayose. Now let him add more, a PDP leader, brethren.
So if you call that anti-party, good luck to PDP.
Governor Fayose.
Good luck to PDP.
Governor Fayose.
Yes, please.
Yeah, there are those who are remaining in the PDP, and they say, okay, we want to review the party. The likes of Bukola Saraki, the governor of Bauchi State, and a host of them who saying, if anybody left, or those who have left the PDP, if they want to come back, they should come back, but they will stay behind to review the party. And there are those who are saying, just for a moment, let me put the question in. The feeling of some of those who I speak with in the PDP is such that if the likes of Fayose are no longer happy with what is going on in the PDP, why can't they just leave? How difficult is it for you to leave the party if you are no longer happy with what is going on?
Shehu, let me say this to you. For me, I have paid my dues in PDP. You cannot continue to match a man like me in Ekiti and tell me all will go well. You can't do that. I remain a member of the PDP, and I shall remain the member of the party. Party politics does not say you should be undermined by people who are not supposed to undermine you. Where were some people when I was fighting the cause of the PDP against President Buhari? May I say to you, the moment I refuse to be a member of the PDP, I will return home. I will never be a member of the APC. I will never be a member of the ADC. And I will never be a member of the Labour Party. I am 65. There must be a point we call it good night. We have grown up children who looks up to us with integrity. For me, Fayose, I remain a member of the PDP. There are internal fights you fight in your party. I am fighting that. When you mention my friend and my brother, Bukola Saraki left the party at some point. The number of people boxing today, Atiku left, with all due respect to him, His Excellency Atiku left. Majority of them left. If we had all left, the party, in fact, there will be nothing called PDP again. So don't let us go there. Don't go there. You're a journalist, I'm a politician.
But why do you, Governor Fayose, I'm asking you, you are not happy with what is going on with the PDP. You said the party is in a carcass. Are you finding it difficult to leave? Why? What is the reason why you still stand behind?
When you are in your family, you have family disputes. You disown the family? That's the first question.
So the question is that in a state, for example, Governor Fayose, for example, in a state, you have openly campaigned and spoken for the APC.
And I'm still
and there are those who say you're not a member of the APC.
I'm not campaigning for APC. You hold on, Shehu. Not about APC. I am supporting Governor Oyebanji, the current governor of the state. Segun Oni is from another political party. He's supporting that, the gentleman. The fact remains that that is our home state. If we have a good hand leading the state, may I say to you, Shehu, we don't throw the baby and the bathwater away. We don't because we are members of another party and destroy the goodwill, good works of a gentleman. Politics is always about destruction. It's always about running people down. Tell me, Shehu, the essence of being in politics is to help people, to help leaders to stand up for the less privileged. The governor is doing that.
Do you know what, Governor Fayose, do you know what some of your friends in the PDP are saying? They're saying that you sold out for the sole purpose of destroying the PDP.
I don't have friends in PDP. I came to PDP alone, with all due respect.
But I mean, they are saying that, Governor Fayose, they are saying that you have sold out for the purpose of destroying the PDP. Why would you want to do so? Why do you want to destroy the PDP?
Let me tell you again. How would a party undermine you, a two-term governor? You have done everything humanly possible to sustain, and you're the leader of the party, and they undermine you. I should be clapping for them. Forget that. Forget that. So, there is more to this issue. Like I told you, you are a journalist. It is a family that we all belong to. If I say someone compromises, or someone is doing this, what is most of them doing at their home states? Why are the governors jumping out?
Nuisance Lele. Nuisance Lele.
Like for real, we were serious. It will be Fayose serious. As a two-time governor, I'm saying who undermined you? Waiting they take undermine you. Because I don't even understand. They undermined you. I'm telling you, as a two-time governor, they undermined you, and that is why, you have for call you. I am telling you, yes. What did they do to you? It was with the wicked they cheated, they robbed. Even with the wicked and Solomakinde Ibadan, they are no longer friends. Out of all these G-string governors that with a wicked managed to put to himself at the time, right now, the arrowhead, the second in command, Solomakinde Ibadan, they are no longer in good time. Right now, it is even believed that, with a wicked even came out to call Solomakinde names. There is a betrayer, it's a backstabber. Why did he go back to go and reconcile with people who are his enemies? And who are the people who are his enemies? Atifku, Tambuwa, and maybe others too. Right? So, what exactly does Were Wike want? I don't care, Basil. I'm just analyzing, Nobody say I care. I mean, you would want to know, like, okay, wait till. The idea of a one-party state is so dangerous. Not like 2, 3, 4 parties, like different. At least, right? There's always that something that makes you feel like, yeah, maybe you could push back, maybe you could fight back or something like that. That pseudo-democratic feeling that makes you feel like, participating in their charade actually makes you a stakeholder. You get what I mean? So Fayose is supporting Kolu, because that is where his bread is buttered. Everything else is just badadash. Everything else. But he's a politician. They just have to kind of like put up some drama to make it feel real. You know? Then he went on to say this. I think this is actually the thing he should have said. And everything else you heard since wouldn't even probably be necessary, right? Tifnumbu, how can I leave Tifnumbu that is doing well to then go and support somebody else, his own party, somebody from his own party? So the ambition of trying to take power from Tifnumbu is completely unacceptable. To Fayose, Abaladi Ekiti.
Carpeting from PDP to APC. So that tells you the story. That tells you the story. And it was
on what part of history do you want to be profiled? We heard what the former presidential candidate of the NNPP and the former governor of Kano State, Abi Kwankwaso, said that the government of Bola Tinubu has neglected the northern Nigeria, paid more attention to the southern region. Also, the presidency had replied him. That those who feel aggrieved by what and the manner in which this government and the party of the APC are running the affairs of this country, that those who believe that the nation is now worse off than when Bola Tinubu and the APC took over the helm of affairs in 2023. On what part of history do you want to be counted? That those who stood up to speak truth to power, or those who are supporting the government based on emotions?
So there's no emotion here. If you bring Jesus Christ to this country today, you bring Allah, they will criticize him. People in Nigeria only praise the dead, though. When President Buhari died, I wanted to come out and abuse him. My wife called me, please, call me. Joe, you don't say so. Would you say Buhari performed? I'm not among those praising the dead, though. I'm not. Don't honor me when I die. When I die, I'm gone. I've told my children, when they bury me, leave me there. I only need you when I'm alive. Give me joy while I'm here. Any one of you that likes to bring me chicken, bring them. I will eat it. I will pray for you. The moment you commit me to mother heart, the remaining is between you and God. Let nobody deceive you. What side of history? Excuse me. When President Buhari was in government, we all know what this country was. So nobody should come and tell me Tinubu is not doing well. For simple reasons. Shehu is accessible. Was the former president accessible? A lot of things that happened those days. I mean, do you still find them in the system? Have you seen a country where everything is rosy? No, I disagree with you. If you bring our Lord Jesus Christ to power, if you bring Pastor Adeboye, if you bring Pastor Kumuyi, if you bring all these spiritual leaders and join them into one, you will see the way don't people abuse even them. Don't they abuse them? So please, Nigeria, to me, so far, so good. It's not a perfect man. I'm 100% sure, like every other being. He might not be what everybody wants him to be, and he can't be everybody's friend. A win is a 51%. Afterwards, after 2027, 2031, somebody else will come carpeting.
Tifnubu is accessible. Bokwari wasn't. If Bokwari was accessible to Fayose, maybe Bokwari would have been the best president too. Just saying. Anyway, still on PDP. I have no idea, right, what this all about, right? But to further give credence to, yeah, they are meeting, they are talking, to try to bring Obi to PDP, there will be signs, they say. And there are signs. So the coalition wants him. After his trip to Calabar, remember those students of dentistry that were about to lose their admission, lose their degree. They won't let them graduate because the school admitted more than their allocated quota. Remember that story? Right. So Obi was there today, and then he gave them money, check their departments, and then spoke about their issue, only for pictures to emerge later afterward. Just like this coalition, right? Obi and El Rufaya. Again, these are the coalition. Then to the PDP, Nwodo. I mean, well, this guy Muazu, Babangida Muazu, is a former Niger governor. I think he's also a PDP. He's said to have actually paid a visit to Obi in his house in Anambra. And that's Nwodo that kind of took him there. So they said there will be signs. But we'll keep in the diary for now. Okay. Now, the students of University of Calabar, whose story made it to the internet, to the social media, few days ago. Or should I say is it up to 2 weeks now? Okay, a few days ago. They haven't actually received any form of respite. However, the VC that is blamed for this fraud, so to say, because the story was that they gave this school a certain quota, which is the number of people that the number of students they should admit for that particular course in that particular school. Then the school came out and said, oh yeah, we've received increased quota from 100. We have now gotten increased quota to 300. So at the end of the day, more than 300 people were admitted. So as they approached their final year, they were offered two things rather than what they were there for 5, 6, or 7 years. So they were offered two options. Would you mind taking another course and we can work it out and you can still graduate as a doctor of chicken, not as a dentist? And if you also want to be the doctors of, any animal of your choice, maybe we can give you that. But for dentistry and all that, it's not going to happen. So that was what triggered that reactions online. People were called to do something, don't ruin these people's lives. They've invested so much into this, and how did they even let this happen? I don't have the full story of where the situation is presently. Obi was there to speak to them. And as he was leaving, I believe, the media again, accosted him, asking him about 2027, his answer, and everything else that happened. All in this clip. Let me show you.
School of Medicine, medical school was to be closed down. I said, you can't close it down. You close it down, I have failed. Tell me what they need and I'll bring it to them. And I did it. And that's where you are. 2, education is the most critical measure of development after health. So we need to invest in it. So I'm not here doing you a favor. I'm here because investing in you is critical for the development of our nation. And that's why I continue to say we must dismantle this country as it is today. So we can invest. Nigeria is not a poor country. it is poorly governed by people like me. And that's what we want to change. Nothing else. We're not asking for anything. Just change it where those of us who are opportune to serve will know we didn't come here with any power. It is by His grace. And we must serve that grace. So whatever you're going through, mine is to create the awareness. And that awareness is to start by giving you whatever token I will give you. The chair you want, I have a supplier in Lagos who said to me about while you wrote the letter. Who wrote the letter?
Harry.
Okay, because the letter and said it's between 1.5 to 2 million. No, it's actually twice that. Because I made the inquiry myself. I went to somebody who supplied and he said it's about 3-4 million now. So I said, okay, you're looking for 15. Even if I buy 3, even if I buy 4, even if I buy whatever I can buy, I'm not going to create awareness for other people to understand. You need it.
Yes, sir.
All the words that just have is defeat.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. You're not asking for too much.
Yes.
And there's no reason why your country should not be glad to give you.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
So what we're going to do is that we're going to use outside here so that we get pictures of everybody.
Okay, sir.
Present whatever I have.
Yes, sir.
And then we'll take it off from there.
All right, you want to say?
But for me, I'm very awareness that we stop discussing politics and start discussing the development of the people, investing in the real areas, measurable areas of development, which is education, health, and pulling people out of poverty. And we can't do that without investing in the people. Governance is about the people. Service is about the people. By doing this, I want to ensure and create awareness that we politicians should abandon discussing politics daily and start discussing governance and welfare of the people daily.
Okay, so the students need about 15 chairs, and you've already started out with 20 million naira.
Which will buy 5. So we are looking for 10 more. So by this, I'm going to be appealing to other people to say, wait, we cannot have a society where we spend millions to buy cars for political office holders. And young people are looking for tools to go to education. And schools don't have labs, they don't have classrooms, they don't have chairs. But we politicians are living like stands. It shouldn't be. We must dismantle it and invest in critical areas of the
Well, encouragement to the students.
I urge them to take their education seriously. It is important to them. It's the tool they need for global competition. It's the greatest asset they need in their life. I was once like them. That's why I'm struggling to build a society where a child of nobody can be somebody.
So what is the face of the institution without Peter Obi as a standard bearer?
Well, I don't want to talk about politics. 2027 is not where I want to be. Let me talk about how the average Nigerian can put food on his table today. Let me talk about this, how these children can be in school, how our secondary school, primary school can work, how the average Nigerian can go to hospital and be cured. When 2027 comes, we'll be there. I assure you, I will contest.
Thank you very much.
You are blocking. Bend down,
Thank
please.
you very much for the opportunity of our time. I assure you of our commitment.
Please, let's move back.
When we did
Please
that
bend down.
I will speak to the VC after this and everybody to show that we are doing the awareness that these chairs need would be provided because you need it for your education. So I want to start mine by initial presentation of check of 20 million.
Yes.
So according to him, he was there to help create awareness for their dilemmas or their problems, while he also come bearing gifts. So again, we leave it in the diary. Last week, Tuesday, Fulani terrorists, they entered Riyom communities in Plateau State. And the program led to the death of 27 people. Of course, there were outrage. Maybe not as much as that of the 200 people killed in Benue, but there were outrage. Outrages from the government of Plateau State, from the people wailing and all that. There has been no single arrest made so far. None has been made so far on all other attacks too. But the victims, probably crying in their graves for justice, as some would say. So today, in Riyom, the community came together to say their final goodbye to their loved ones slaughtered by the murderous Fulani terrorists last week, Tuesday. This may be a little bit emotional for some of you, but it is also a reminder that that could be any of us. It could be any of our loved ones. It could happen anywhere. That is the reality of that contraption today. While politicians are junketing from one place to the other, promising heaven and earth again for 2027, Nigerians are being slaughtered daily. And these Nigerians being killed, they barely made it to the news. Barely. But these were the victims of the last week's attack. For the record, let's go to Riyom. Those were human beings. They were not animals. They are not just log of wood. Those were human beings who had loved ones, who had dreams, women, children, whose lives were cut short by the murderous Fulani terrorists that the government of Nigeria continues to convince or try to force through the throat, what do you call it, of the people to accept to live with their own killers. Those were human beings. They were not just they were human beings, you know, who had dreams, who had all of that, and then boom. And hundreds of thousands have been killed that way. Why tens of millions have been made homeless? Lives shattered, economy ruined, destroyed. But the rulers of Nigeria believes that making peace with these terrorists, paying them, rehabilitating them, there is the solution to ending the terrorism. It's unfortunate though. And like I said, this is just one of those that made it to the internet. There were many that happens every day. What's that place called in Imo State today? Zobulu or so, from somewhere in Imo State, where last night gunmen invaded the community and they shot and killed 20 people in cold blood. I can't share that video with you. The killing is just so horrendous, like it is so terrifying and gripping too, if you care. And it can just be anybody, anytime, just anytime. And that's why we continue to remind ourselves to say, yesterday's survivors, they are the potential victims for today. You see all of us that survived today now, we are the potential victims for tomorrow. And it is just like everybody is just waiting for their own turn. Turn by turn, Nigeria Limited. It's unreal. It's unreal. It's not normal. It's not right. They've normalized it. And not sort of like, damn. APC destroyed people's, they destroyed people's kind of like real true emotion. They turned Nigerians to zombies who are just sniffing around to look for what to eat next, like rats. Who is cooking? Who is cooking? Alaye, this place is burning. People are dying. Who is cooking? I need to eat. I need to eat. That's what everyone, they've turned them to zombies. Insensitive, indifferent. How many people died? 40 people. These people just keep people anyhow. 40 people. See, yeah, beans, beans, 45 naira. And pomo 20 naira. In this country, now only God could save us for this country. See our bread. Dip them inside the beans. That's how they killed almost. That's how they killed almost 60 people in Sokoto yesterday too. How come this your beans can't do this hot like this, eh? They don't care. Only few does. And they are like so insignificant that the criminal politicians, for all we can see, could never be bothered. Can't be bothered. So, in a point, there are people who have been complaining about this criminals in government as well. Talk about double taxation, triple taxation. If you are a business owner, you are likely going to be familiar with all these kind of extortions, right? So something happened to a young man in his supposed business center yesterday. According to him, the agents of the brother to the governor, listen to this, so in Ebonyi State, they said the Unwafiru, that's their governor, right? How come I forgot his name like that? Anyway, Ebonyi governor has a brother. So Ebonyi governor is governor. His brother is governor's brother. And that governor's brother is like an office. So he has his own task force that actually goes out to collect taxes for him in Abakaliki. Do you understand what I'm saying? Okay. I am the governor. My brother is the governor. I am governor's brother. And in Ebonyi State, Abakaliki to be precise, every business, every shop owner has had one or twice encounter with the task force. This is not the Ebonyi State government task force, so governor's brother's task force, who goes out to enforce extortion. Even when this business owner says, oh, we've paid this, we've paid that now. So no, you have not paid Unwa brother, governor's brother. And if you don't, every other money you said you have paid, they are invalid. And I think that escalated very fast as they started destroying his shop, as he won't pay. They are thugs. They are not from government, but they have the government's cover because their leader is governor's brother. I don't think I'm even telling the story well. Let me show you what they said happened. And then the person who it happened to is a story. Let's go.
Where's the fuck on this one now? Let me sit down. Go your way. Go your way. No, their plate number. Their plate number. The motor. Plate number of the car then carry come say. Which kind of be this one now? Take this man.
Good afternoon, Your Excellency, the Governor of Ebonyi State, His Excellency, Right Honorable Builder Francis Ogbonnanifo, and the general public and the good people of Ebonyi State. I greet you from wherever you are watching this video from. I want to bring to the notice of His Excellency and the general public at large on what is going on in Ebonyi State. I believe the governor is not aware. I repeat myself, the governor is not aware of the double taxation of what is happening in Ebonyi State. We operate a printing press at number 15 Brickenbury Street, Abakaliki. And by the grace of God, we've been faithful in all our tax payments. Please forgive me. My name is Honorable Oguba Chukwu Emeka. I'm a native of Afikpo from Owana land, the ancestral village of Ezego Akanobia. We operate a printing press and we have been faithful in paying our tax. There is this advert fee that Abakaliki local government normally collects from us every year, and we have been faithful in paying it. Last year, another group of people from Abakaliki Capital Territory Board came for the same payment purpose. And luckily to us, they met with the Abakaliki tax people on the field in our office. And we asked them to go and resolve it. Information reaching us that they had fight and His Excellency the Governor settled the issue and asking the previous people who have been collecting that tax to collect the tax, which is Abakaliki local government. And they came back and we paid that tax last year. And the former people from Capital Territory Board disappeared and never came again. This year by February, the Abakaliki local government people on the field came again, and I promised a date which we paid the money, and a receipt was given to us. The other people from Capital Territory Board came, and we told them we can't engage ourselves in double taxation, that we will not pay the money except it is resolved. If they are the people to collect the money, then they should make the governor or the people in charge to stop the local government people of Abakaliki to keep on going carrying people's property because of that money. If you don't pay, they carry your properties. Yesterday, they came to my office. Yesterday being the 24th day of July on Wednesday by 4 p.m. to be precisely. They came to my office and luckily I was there in the office. They demanded to see they received the proof of payment of advert fee, which I showed them the money and the receipt we paid in Abakaliki local government. They came with 2 armed men. I said 2 armed men who were on mufti. They were putting black polo and I don't know the kind of trouser they were putting. Then a sign of green, white, green here, and they goggled themselves with a black shade. I will not know where they are coming from. I asked them, are you people from the police? They said yes. And I was trying to explain to them. I told them to go. Today, which is Thursday, I will come to their office and see how we resolve this, because we can't pay double taxation. And one of the armed men told them, don't you people remember what we came here to do? Let's do it. And more than 5 boys entered into my office, vandalized so many things, destroyed so many properties, and my mom was in that office. She came out to stop them, and a civil... Why you where's the cause of this one?
The beat up here is mom, because it was reported that somebody who is proving stubborn is asking too many questions. He won't pay. Let him finish the story.
And my mom was in that office. She came out to stop them. And a civil defense man, because we never noticed that those men are civil defense officers, pushed my mom, tore her dress, beat up my sister, beat up my brother, carried the laptop, carried some computers. I said civil defense officer, not those boys. Those boys they were on doing their own, beating up my brother, whom I asked to capture the videos of what they came to do in my office. I've told them to go, that I'll come to resolve this issue. They now beat up my mother, beat up my sister, destroy so many things, which the videos and the pictures will be attached to this video. Now, the receipt of what we pay will be also attached in this video. General public, please, the people of Abia State, I'm calling on you people because it will not serve right. I know His Excellency does not know about this. That is why I'm making these videos, because of protocols for him to see what his people has been doing to people in Abia State. When I was trying to speak with them, the leader who brought them to my office said he is Mwifuru, Governor Mwifuru brother. that we can't do anything to him. Now, take note, Your Excellency and the general public. If this thing continue, we will not even have people to come and invest in our dear state. Sir, it is very sad, it is very painful for a businessman to come out and begin to see such. And now, mark this, the damages they cost in this office is worth more than 8 million naira. And they beat up my junior brother, took him to wherever I don't know. Wherever I don't know. When we went to Capital Territory, that is when they told us it is the civil defense. I went to the police command, I made some investigations, and I made some petitions to that effect. But I am bringing this notice to the people of Ebonyi State and the general public because I don't want any problem. Your Excellency, sir, please look into this issue. If the Capital Territory are the one ordained to collect this money, they should be the one coming. If it is the local government being Abakaliki that the people collecting money for advert fee, they should be the one collecting it. And sir, if you see the way they go, I don't know if collecting of tax means beating of somebody. I don't know if collecting of tax means tearing somebody's cloth, slapping somebody. Sir, you will get the videos and you get the pictures attached to what happened. If collecting of tax in Ebonyi State has emanated for people who are not policemen, because those boys, the way they drag beat up my younger brother, I was there present. You see the video, you see me there. Sir, it's uncalled for. Please, justice must take its full course. And those people must be brought to book, Your Excellency. If they are not being brought to book, that means so many evil will be perpetrated in Ebonyi State, and that will not be good for your government and for we residing in Ebonyi State. Please, Your Excellency, if you find this video, you can even send anyone to Brickembry to investigate of what happened. The street was crowded. Seeing what these people did, they made away with some profits, which we have not recovered all the date. My brother is still in the civil defense as I'm talking to you, sir. But God will have his full course. God will have his full course. Your Excellency, please, I would like you to look into this matter. The general public, please, you people should see what is happening in Ebonyi State. And as His Excellency make Ebonyi State great, I see God blessing us. Thank you.
Where's the fuck on this one now? Let me sit down. Go your way. Go your way. No, their plate number. Their plate number. The motor plate number of the car then carry come same. Which car?
We are a poor nation. The bank code we follow. They say firewood not smoke. They say we need to plant more trees. And they are not giving us money. We need to open our eyes, try shining, and tell the West. If you don't guarantee our finances and work up with us to stop this, we are not going to comply with your climate change. They'll do it.
They'll do it. Bro said, I don't want problem. There's already problem. There's plenty problem already everywhere. You are just collecting your own share. Whether you are living in Abakaliki or you are living in Suleja or on your own Ikeja, Abidjan, Lingo, anywhere where you day, Nigeria shege is in abundance. Because they have all their shege agents everywhere. Yeah, they do. Injustice abounds in the land because that is the foundation of the contraption. You're just going to get yours. See, tomorrow, your own can be in traffic that you will collect your own for doing nothing. A soldier may just beat you up. They say, why are you beating me? Why are you beating me? I just feel like beating somebody up. Are you complaining? No, sir. Nigeria don't happen to you with that. It can happen anywhere, anytime. Just pray that the one that will happen and take your life, may that one wait small. Because you still want to fight. Because, I mean, there's still some fight in you. There's still some fight in me. I know that it is either we win or we lose. The whole thing is rigged against us. The world is already leading us by more than 5-6-0. In a match where we say half of our team are already injured. Kind of. That is Nigeria they have created. It is. So you just have to find your way within the space and try to survive for the next day. Or you team up with those who don't want to be surviving every day and be worried that that survival could be taken away from them any moment. And therefore, they would rather take out the threat. And what is the threat? The establishment that continues to produce criminals like that, who can have their own brothers, their family members, ascribe unto themselves the power of the state that they don't really have. I have said it on Maiyegun's Diary Politico severally as part of my own, teachings, enough that whatever you are witnessing at the national level of somebody who is depressed idiot, look around him, his wife, his children, and other people around him, then you have a very kind of like a clearer picture of what is happening to your country. Similarly, take a look at these states. Take a look at the guy who is your governor. I don't care how he got there, okay? But look at people around him, his wife, his children, and then his associates. And that's how you get to know if your state is in trouble or if your state is in trouble. Or what kind of trouble. Because in Nigeria, once you become a state governor, the state resources, I am talking about starting with the state allocation or revenues or taxes or name it, all those things, right? They automatically become your family's piggy bank. Just like that. It's unwritten, but it's there. Governor's son needs 25 million naira because he wants to go and barb his hair in Abuja. Ekiti governor's son needs 25 million naira because he needs to go to Abuja. So who is going to raise the memo? Under what? And how soon can you make the cash available for the governor's son? Governor's wife, first lady, needs $2 million because she wants to go and do some shopping in Dubai. Our friends who traveled to Dubai came back and they bought this fancy bag and they said, oh, there are more. So there's more from where they came from. So governor's wife needs to go to Dubai. Who is going to raise the memo for the $2 million? Under what name? That's how they turn your state's money into their piggy bank. It's as simple as that. And that's how when they leave, you'll be hearing, they stole 60 billion, 80 billion, 100 billion, 200 billion, and those billion. Because every day they have to raise memo that they will need money, and this money must be made available as at when due, no delay. You know? And it's only once in a while then you get to see some of them like, oh, they beat somebody up. Oh, they killed somebody with their car and they've buried the case. Oh, they did something. That's just once in a while. But on the low, this is how they live. Every member of the family will now live off at the states. Every member of the family. You know? Even the ones who are not even, some of them will not even visit the states for the entire 8 years that their papa was governor. They are in America, living like one of the Bill Gates' children. Even Bill Gates' children won't live like their children. They won't come to the state, but the money from the state must be made available every time in thousands and millions of dollars or pounds sterling. Depends on the currency. Your money. Some people will be raising the memo on that because your state money becomes the family piggy bank and they can spend it as much as they want. Nigeria. Including if they have to go and borrow. You know, before their Senate rounded up yesterday or before they went for their recess. Recess is that they were going on a 2-month break. They approved $21 billion borrowing for Kolu. Person will tell you, say they make so much money, they are sharing so much money. Now they need to go and borrow $21 billion. $21 billion. I don't want to tell you about the interest and all that, but within that space though, right? At least somebody, before they passed it, somebody still stood up to say, it's mine. And this, sorry, that was Ningi, Abdul Ningi. Together got suspended for exposing the padded budget of 2023. Remember him? 2024. But here is Ningi speaking his mind on the approved $21 billion new borrowing for Kolu.
Mr. President, I listened to the committee presentation and I listened to Senator Olamilekong, the chairman of appropriation. First and foremost, Mr. President, this has to do with our collective inheritance. This is a loan that my generation and generation yet unborn will be saddled to payment or to pay. Yes, this is a proposed payment plan, borrowing plan, but in this document, there is no indication of how these loans will be paid. That is one. Secondly, if you look at the committee's report, on page 3, number 1, that the loan shall specify the purpose of which the borrowing is intended, which shall only be a long-term capital expenditure and human capital development. Going further on page 8, Mr. President, you will now take number 5 under the table. Most NDAs are unable to implement their capital projects effectively due to long delays in funding disbursement. The loans will go a long way to addressing this challenge. Inclusion of this project in the National External Borrowing Plan will enable financial closure and timely implementation. This is not specified. Which MDS and how much does each one cost? Open page 9. Number 8.
Don't worry. That is enough. Not like anybody will open anything anyway. All Nigerians will react anyway. They've heard worse. I just want posterity to be the judge, because a lot of us would no longer be here. I mean, we're not going to be here forever, right? So when we are no longer here, the people who are going to be the generation to succeed so many of us or to come after us, they will not grow up being fed lies by criminals who mortgaged their future. They will not stand up and be worshiping them as heroes, as their heroes past. Maiyegun's diary political will outlive me, will outlive a lot of us here if they don't shut it down anyway, right? All of these are to teach the coming generation that if we fail to get rid of these rogues of our countries, then they shouldn't. So they will have enough to learn. Because the more things change, the more they remain the same. Especially in the corrupted system that you have. The more things changes, the more they remain the same. It's a French, but I don't know how to say the French. I know say another thing. Here, earlier today, I don't know, this is not really relevant. I just want to add it because it's just something. Kolu met with the Nigeria governors of 1999. You know, those ones that were first chosen in 1999 when you wanted to go to democracy, this democracy, right? You remember the likes of Donald Duke. That is the reason why I want to share this video with you. Kolu has no any verified or verifiable childhood history or anyone, Kolu is the only person in Nigeria today who has no childhood, friends. You know what I mean? Like, oh, he grew up here, or he grew up there, we used to go there, he has nothing like that. Kolu is the only human being alive right now. If you know any other, because maybe there are others, but I don't know any other. Kolu is the only human being alive today who has no primary school, secondary school mates ever. He is also the only person I have known in my entire life that, sorry, not my entire life like that. So I'm not saying like in this whole world, who has no either neighbor when he was growing up or teachers who tended to him when he was like a child. I mean, like, a boy. So the bottom line, Shani, surprisingly, the Ronukus decided to go and steal the picture of Donald Duke. And they presented it as Tifnumbu when Tifnumbu was a boy. When Tifnumbu was a teenager. How many of you remember that? I'm sorry, I don't have the copy here now. Google it. So now those first governors in 1999 met with Kolu. And right in the crowd there, Kolu said, Donald Duke. I was like, oh, so Kolu knew Donald Duke properly. And then they printed pamphlet, flyer. They printed banner with the fake picture, Donald Duke childhood picture, teenage picture. And they said that when Tifnumbu was a teenager. I know some of you remember that time, right? So I'm like, oh gosh, man. He remembers Donald Duke. That's the point. This one.
Thank you very much. Very good. Adamawa State, the Duke of Cross River State. How you doing, sir? The man from the other man from Sam Lake. Reverend Julian and Darrell. Over big close at Aquayo, Ahmed Wali, Bauchi, Otumba, and then by the lucky man.
So we were supposed to be like colleagues, the first set of governors when Nigeria returned to democracy, like to mark the end of a military rule in Nigeria. Well, I want to say a big thank you to every one of you. Again, tonight, I'm finishing early. And like I said earlier, right, this is going to be the last broadcast from this room. Henceforth, it's going to be from somewhere else. And I'm in the process of fixing that up and making sure that, the transition is not that felt. So I want to say a big thank you to every one of you so far, from day one to now. Okay, I will see you again when I see you. I don't know when, but I will see you again. And until then, stay safe, stay connected, and never stop watching Maiyegun. I will see you another time. So good night from here.
ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bó níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun Diary Nayibi #1. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Maiyegun máa wí. Maiyegun Diary Nayibi #1. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun Diary Nayibi #1. Maiyegun Diary politico. Maiyegun Diary Nayibi #1. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Maiyegun. Maiyegun Diary Nayibi #1. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Maiyegun Diary Nayibi #1. Àní Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ dódódódó. Maiyegun Diary Nayibi #1. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Ijó ìgbádìyẹ. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Bí gómìnà kówó jẹ. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọlọ́pàá ti ń gbà rìbá. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o. Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀. Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran. Kì máa yí ṣeré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣeré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o, ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣà ìtú wọn síta. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran. Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Maiyegun ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́hún ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù. Lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù. Bọ́tà ń lérí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. Èèpo ọ̀gọ̀ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́, ó ti dọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ bùyà. Àìsíwọ̀lú ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o, ó kó ẹni tó bá dán wò á kàmù.
Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì o. Ẹ̀yin bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran.